Hello students, welcome in our grammar lecture. Today we are going to learn about chapter number 6, verbs, gerunds and participles. Now students, before that maybe you learn about the gerunds, participles and infinitives, but in today's lecture we are going to learn it in detail. So first of all we will see that what is called a participle. A present participle functions like an adjective, where a gerund functions like a noun. Smiling relaxes the muscles of the face. So, in this example, smiling is the subject of the verb. Relaxes functions as a noun. If we ask the question with what relaxes the muscles, we are getting the answers, that is smiling. So, it is gerund. Okay, means in the sentences, if you identify the gerund, so you can ask the question with the word what. Second example, here they given that smiling children look cheerful. So here that smiling word is describing the noun children. यहाँ पे जो स्माइलिंग है वो क्या करता है, चिल्ड्रन को डिस्क्राइब करता है, मतलब नाउन को डिस्क्राइब करता है. सो इट इज फंक्शंस एज अ एडजेक्टिव इन द सेंटेंसेस, दैट्स व्हाई it is called a participle. Means in this both example that smile came with the ing, but one is the gerund and one is the participle, because in the gerund that word is functioning as a noun and in the participle it is functioning as a adjective. So here we will see first the definition of gerund. What is called a gerund means a gerund is a verb that ends in ing and functions as a noun in the sentence. It is a verbal noun and does the work both of verb and noun. For example, jogging is a good exercise, fishing is hobby. So if we ask the question with what to the both sentences, what is good exercise? Jogging. What is his hobby? Fishing. So we are getting the answer jogging and fishing. So these both are gerund. But here they given some examples like he likes jogging, they like jogging, you like jogging and he liked jogging. So here the verb jogging is does not change in the above sentences in any time. So that's why it is called the non-finite verb. And also non-finite verb is also called as a gerund. मतलब अगर सब्जेक्ट चेंज होता है या वर्ब फॉर्म अगर चेंज होता है या कोई टेंस भी चेंज होता है तो भी ये जो वर्ब है वो बिल्कुल भी चेंज नहीं होता है. तो ऐसे जो चेंज ना होने वाला वर्ब है उसे जेरंड कहा जाता है. द वर्ब लाइक इज़ अ फाइनाइट वर्ब दैट चेंजेस इन द अबव एग्जाम्पल. अब यहाँ पे लाइक्स जो है वो फर्स्ट एग्जाम्पल में लाइक्स है, दे के साथ लाइक है, यू के साथ लाइक है और फिर से ही के साथ लाइक्ड है. मीन्स हियर इट इज चेंज इन द पास्ट टेंस. सो विच वर्ब्स आर चेंजिंग अकॉर्डिंग टू द टेंस, अकॉर्डिंग टू द पर्सन, according to the subject, that is called the finite verb. And finite verbs are not a gerund. जो finite verb होते हैं वो gerund नहीं होते हैं और जो non finite verb है वो क्या होते हैं, gerund होते हैं. For example, here she is jogging in the park. So if we written that they are jogging in the park, so that verb will be changed according to the person or tense. That's why is jogging is the finite verb. बच्चों याद रखो, जो verb टेंस के अनुसार, पर्सन्स के अनुसार चेंज होता है उसे फाइनाइट वर्ब कहा जाता है और जो बिल्कुल भी चेंज नहीं होता है उसे नॉन फाइनाइट वर्ब कहा जाता है. एंड मोस्टली नॉन फाइनाइट वर्ब्स आर कॉल्ड एज अ जेरंड. ओके, सो हियर for example, she is dancing on the stage. It is a is dancing. Is dancing is changing according to the tense, according to the person. So that's why it is a finite verb. And dancing is her hobby. Dancing is his hobby. Dancing is our hobby. So here that dancing word is not changing at any time. If we change that, the person, the tense, whatever, so that's why it is called as a gerund. So I hope students you understood the concept of the gerund. Now here they given that these verbs are usually followed by the ing form, the gerund. Then finish, can't help, dislike, go on, mind, miss, continue, stop, avoid, put off, keep, suggest, give up. So in this example, I enjoy listening to music. Please stop talking so loudly. So in this way, we are using the gerunds in the sentences. Now here about the gerund, they given the exercise. That two examples we are going to take from this exercise, because already we solved this exercise in the lecture. Read the following sentences and underline the verb. State whether each is a finite verb or gerund. For example, rowing is a good exercise. So in this example, if we change the subject or if we change their tense, then also rowing will not change. Means it is a non-finite verb, and that's why it is rowing is a gerund. Then he is rowing a boat. Here if we change the subject or if we change the tense, so that is rowing verb will be changed according to the tense, according to the person. That's why it is a finite verb and it is called as a participle. So in the question number B, fill in the blanks with the ing form of the verbs given in the box. For example, this old bicycle is difficult task. Repairing this old bicycle is difficult task. Okay, so here repairing is the gerund. Then he enjoys to his grandpa. He enjoys talking to his grandpa. Okay, so in this way we can apply these gerunds and participles in the sentences. Then fill in the blanks with the appropriate gerund from the box. For example, a puzzle is time consuming. So solving a puzzle is a time consuming. My parents praise her talent of parachuting. Okay, so parachuting is not a easy talent, so my parents praise her talent of parachuting. So in this way we can use them in the sentences. Now here in some of the sentences, some words like the pattern verb plus preposition plus ing form is coming in the sentences. So how they are coming, that we are going to see now. For example, they always think of going on a long trip. So here think is the verb, of is the preposition, and again go plus ing, it is a ing form of verb. Then he should applause for a breaking the glass. So here also that same sentence came. Now in the question number D, they given that use of words to make the sentences of your own. The first one has been done for you. For example, feel like. He does not feel like going on a trip. Think of, warn against. So using that words, group of words, you have to make them sentences. Now in the question number E, here they given fill in the blanks with the suitable ing form of the verbs given in the box. You will note that the ing verbs are preceded by the preposition. मतलब जैसे verb, preposition and ing form, इस form में हमें क्या करना है, ये sentence लिखने हैं. I often think of to a hill station. I often think of shifting to a hill station. Then he should apologize to his aunt for speaking so rudely. So in this way you can apply these gerunds in the sentences. Now next point is that participle. What is called the participle? Participle means participle is a verb that is used as an adjective, often ends with ing or ed or sometimes en. It is a verbal adjective and does the work of a verb and add adjective in a sentence. So participles, those are the finite verb that is called the participle that we learn in the previous point. Now read the sentences given here. The twinkling stars were clearly visible. Then sparkling diamonds look marvelous. So here in the above sentences, that twinkling and sparkling, they both are the verbs, and as well as they are acting in the sentences as a adjective. Why they are adjectives? Because twinkling is describing the stars and sparkling is describing the noun diamond. So which word is describing to the noun? That is called the adjective. So that's why these both are the present participle. Because why we can say them present participle? Because they came with the ing form. Okay. Now here we will learn about the past participle. पास्ट पार्टिसिपल किसे कहेंगे हम? जो वर्ब ईडी लगाकर, ईएन लगाकर, देन टी और एन लगाकर आते हैं, ऐसे पार्टिसिपल को क्या कहा जाता है? पास्ट पार्टिसिपल कहा जाता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हियर दे गिवन द स्किल्ड क्राफ्ट्समैन वेर प्रेजेंट एट द एग्जीबिशन वेन्यू. So these are the participle we can identify easily because it came with the ed form. Correct? So these are the past participles. Now past participles are past participle and present perfect participles are very easy to identify because already they are coming with the ed or ten form. So apart from the two kinds of participle described above, sometimes we also use a perfect participle. Having won the match, the team went on holiday. Means here in this sentence that after winning the match, the team went to the holiday. Two actions are happen here. Before the another action, one action is happen before that. So in these sentences we are using the participle like having. So having is the perfect participle. Have, has, these helping verbs we are using in the present perfect tense. So about that, here they given question number G that we are going to see now. 2-3 examples from these. Fill in the blanks with appropriate form of participle. Use the verbs given in the bracket. Okay. So first example is that the ... team was awarded by the principal. The winner team was awarded by the winning team or winner team. There will be a winner team. Then when she saw a snake, alarming girl let out a shriek. Then I was glad to hear the chirping birds song. So in this way we can use the participles in the sentences. Now next point is that we can use participle to join sentences. दो सेंटेंस कंबाइन करने के लिए भी हम क्या कर सकते हैं? पार्टिसिपल यूज कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सुनीता वॉज इन दिल्ली for 5 years. She worked as a teacher. Now here we are combining both the sentences using the participle. So in both sentences, which is the common part that we are removing while combining two sentences. Sunita was in Delhi for 5 years working as a teacher. Means here we change that participle into the present participle from the past to present, and which was the same part, she, that we removed. Now in the second example also you can see, he was in the studio, he was painting a portrait. So he was in the studio painting a portrait. In the both sentences, he was in the studio and he was painting the portrait, same part was he was, so that's why we removed here that same part he was, and then we combine this sentence with he was in the studio painting the portrait. Okay, now next is that Rita is trained dancer, she performs well. Now here are the two actions, so we used here being. So being a trained dancer, Rita performs well. So here in this way we can combine the two sentences using the participles. In the next rule, what they given here, that in the next rule, misplaced participles functions as adjective and refer to certain nouns or pronouns. Participle must be placed at the correct place to convey the correct meaning, and they should refer to the correct nouns. If we misplace the article, so they can change the meaning of that sentence, or that sentence can make the absurd also. मतलब वो कॉमेडी सेंटेंस बन सकता है. बीइंग कॉन्फिडेंट एंड टैलेंटेड फिल्म डायरेक्टेड अप्रोच्ड हिम. नाउ हियर वी डिडंट अंडरस्टैंड दैट हु इज द टैलेंटेड पर्सन, दैट ही और दैट फिल्म डायरेक्टर. So how to rearrange that sentence? You placing that the participle on correct place. Since he was a confident and talented, film directors approached him. In a sentence it appears that film directors are confident and talented. So in this way here they given the exercise question number I. In that we can see, rewrite these sentences so that they convey the correct meaning. Being ignorant, her friend helped her to fill the form. Okay, so here how to change that sentence? Here they given the hint also how to start that sentence. Begin the answer with since. Since he was a ignorant person, her friend helped her to fill the form. Then going to the market, my bag was stolen. So while going to the market, my bag was stolen. So in this way we can apply these participles in the sentence.